what the heck this is. Grease. Looks pretty. It's a little nasty. And degreaser works so. Maybe a little too eco-friendly for what I do. It's not horrible, surprisingly. Definitely not like chain degreaser, though. Okay. Kind of wish this bike was in running condition so we could take it out. You know, see what it does. Still might try to fire it up and run it for like 2-3 seconds. We'll see. At least hear it pop. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in it. As far as the cool, I'm gonna leave that. It's your caught parts 1 and 2. Kind of explain that this is a budget engine swap. But we're still gonna hook the guy up, clean the frame mounting points up. Never hurts to have nice clean mounting surfaces. Nice and clean. I think this, I forget where that one goes. I think that goes on the side of the engine. Let's see. So there's technically no bushings on that side. Now this bushing right here will have to, has a little bit of crash damage to it. Probably clean it out regardless. It's a little scrubbity scrub. This is the upper engine mount. That's not too critical. Pull that out too. Okay. Should be cutting good. All right, cool. Switch to soap and water just to kind of neutralize, because I don't know what's in that stuff. I just tried it out. This does have a polished frame, and sometimes it can be kind of corrosive. Not sure. I think it's a little too alkaline, too much base, and what it ends up doing is it etches the chrome polish. So soap and water will kind of neutralize it. You don't want to leave it on too long. Just kind of hook the customer up, clean up the frame for them. A little bit of soap and water. Cool, cool. Let's see. Get some rags and just kind of wipe this down. That way, any large chunks of grease and dirt don't get in the way. Kind of do this a little, not essentially open heart surgical, but surgical enough. you know, good enough. It's gonna get dirty anyways, depending on if any of this stuff on this engine leaks. Probably a valve cover, looks like a valve cover was probably leaking right here. The engine's baked into the aluminum because it's kind of porous on this side. I want to slap a sticker right here too. Slap a sticker as I can. Should I put it right there behind the foot peg, or should I maybe right on the swing arm, right there? That polish is actually pretty nice. Actually, it looks pretty fucking cool. I'll give it that. The polish does make the bike look pretty fucking cool. Never hurts to have a. Actually, I think this is not even. This is all chrome plated. Deadpool wants to ride. That's what's up. All right. Okay. I'm not going to get too much into that. I don't know what the heck's going on with that grease on that chain cavity there. Swing arm stand mount. Not too bad. Pretty good. Could use a little bit of polish on the chrome. Okay. Kind of dry out these holes here in the frame. Now the engine came out pretty easy, so I do expect it to go back in pretty easily. Shouldn't be too difficult. And this right here is kind of like the, what would you say, the prep portion of the job. There we go, nice and clean. Let's see, where did this go? Got like wires all over the place here. I have no idea where that one goes. Maybe we'll figure it out, maybe we won't. All right, where the hell does this go? It's like for a switch, not a kickstand switch, like a neutral switch. What kind of switch is that for? Aha. I believe that's a neutral switch. Speed sensor. I think that goes on the back side of the engine. How does this go up to the front harness? It's down there. Dang, that's gonna go like that. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. All right. Relatively clean work area. Make this a little easier. Relatively clean bike now. All right. Engine looks like it was already pretty well cleaned. Okay. Oof. Little drippity drip. Pretty dirty. All that linkage. We don't have to clean the linkage. That's part of the suspension. Okay. Oh, look at that. Looks like there's actually. Oh. Okay. Nice and clean. Slightly cleaner than it was. All right. Ooh, dirty water. All right, Tits McGee. Doesn't fit. So much shit boy right now. All right, cool. On to the next one. Pretty dirty. Sheesh. Probably going to do the same thing with the hardware here. Maybe we will use this. So then I want to get that right there. No, those right there. This was an engine mount. A lot of this was like just like random hardware, foot peg mounts, frame mounts, gas tank, cooling system. Assuming this is gonna. No, that's actually part of the. It's part of the radiator pipe, or is it on? No, it's on the bottom side. So I'll take a look. Let's see here. So we're gonna clean these. Okay. Then let's see. What else are we gonna do? Can I get that one out? Carefully. Oh, this one might be too fucked to take out. Doesn't feel like it's the bushing itself. The frame? Motherfucker. Could be the bushing itself. Okay. Now the question is, about this one. Fuck no. Well, looks like you're gonna stay right there, buddy. That's a job with it. That has to be precisely extracted. It should be a slip fit. When you spread it just a little bit, if you spread it too much, what's gonna happen? You're gonna work stress. Um, the aluminum here, it's not like steel, doesn't have the same rigidity. Will take a set once you basically work hard in it a little too much by opening it up, and then essentially your frame will be fucked. So we're just gonna leave that as is, and should be okay for what we're doing. Yep. But at least the top one should be okay though. Not too big of a deal. Do a little bit of scrubbity scrub here. This bolt looks pretty bad. Packed full of, can't tell if that's packed full of grease or just, I don't know. Sometimes people kind of do some interesting things. Or grease just finds its way everywhere, depending if there's like oil leaks or, who knows. Seen all sorts of things. Grease where it shouldn't belong. Probably going to put a little bit of anti-seize in all these threads anyways, just because of I like to do it. Kind of like a long-term thing. Unless you're racing, not necessary if you're racing because you're going to pull the motor out pretty quickly anyways. But for like hardcore off-roading, I forgot to clean these nuts. Like pull certain stuff off all the time definitely helps out. Keeps threads and certain stuff from galling, or especially if it gets messed up like during a wreck. Kind of assist with removal. Sometimes a little easier. All depends. Every situation is different. But service manual doesn't specify anything. Just from the condition of the bike, and on most projects, anyways, they'll usually apply some type of sealant on the threads or compound. Okay. Thought I had. No, I guess I don't. Hmm. Should be good enough. Should be fine. Put that in the lower one. The brake parts cleaner, the acetone, typically displaces the water. It's kind of the quick way to do it if you don't have any compressed air. You don't feel like using compressed air, just hit it with a little bit of brake cleaner or a high flash point solvent. Typically it'll displace water for the most part. And acetone evaporates a lot quicker than water. So that way you can just kind of wipe stuff down really quick like this. It'll essentially air dry as it sits here. Then you can put it into service. It's like kind of like the quick way to do it on certain certain fasteners to at least, kind of clean things a little bit. But say you're in a bind, you just leave the water on there, it'll be prone to corrosion once you thread in those fasteners. And looks like we have some aftermarket hardware. Looks like this appears to be the original hardware. That already had anti-seize on it, so maybe the threads inside of here, who knows what condition those are in. Okay. And let's get this engine put back in tonight. There's really not too much left. Okay, so can't remember. I think it was 40 newton meters and 45 newton meters. Can't remember the exact one. And then I believe these went, let's see, same length. So that's going to go something like that. And this one right here goes on the bottom. We can go ahead and throw a little bit of anti-seize. And then let's see, as far as our bushing, don't necessarily see anything. Let's feel this. See just dirt. No, it feels pretty solid. Huh. It was just dirty. So what I'll do, throw a little bit of oil on it. Let's see. Handy dandy screwdriver. Nope. And we can just go ahead and tap that in. It's probably a nice interference fit. And let's see, exhaust nuts. Those are relatively clean, not super critical. See exhaust gaskets. You can go ahead and wipe, and she's gone. Go ahead and wipe these down once we come down to that step. Don't remember what that's for. Probably not that important. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and prep. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I can get it. Okay. Bam, go right there. Actually, you know what? There, right there. All right, so now, how do I do this? Let's find out. So, we'll figure that out once we kind of get to that point. So, put that like that. Let's see. I think that, there we go. That halfway. And thinking I'm about dead center almost. Just about. I know it needs to be just a little off. The engine sits a little cockeyed. At least that's how it seemed. Okay. Let's see, what else do I think I'm gonna need? I think once the engine's in, it's in. Can't do it with the iPhone chest cam though. Can I? Ugh. Let's see. Use the long reach. Okay, cool. So now, where the fuck does this go? Must go on the outside of the cover. Wonder if I should put this on pause and go check in the service manual while I'm at it. Let's see. Say that goes above. Front lines. Yeah, I mean everything's there. What's that? Edge mounts look nice and clean. These all look good. Yeah, should be fine. I just know once I get in, it's gonna be a bitch to. So maybe what I should do. Hold on. What I should do, really quick, go look up in the service manual the wire routing orientation. Okay, BRB, 2 seconds. Okay, so the harness sits on top. I want to know where that speed sensor goes. Speed sensor 12. Where's number 12? Ah, okay, so it does show it. Looks like it does go on the back side of the frame. And what would the other one be? The neutral switch 11. Where's 11? There's 10. 10 is the oil. Yep, oil level switch connector. So that must be right on the outside of the front sprocket cover. Ah, here we go. Number 11. Okay, and then torque specs are, so engine bolts come in from the left side of the chassis. And let's see. This one right here shows, what is that? It's like 33 foot-pounds, so 45 newton meters on the front. Let's see. So left side and the right side is 45 newton meters, and the rear upper and lower engine mounts are 50 newton meters, or 36 foot-pounds and 33 foot-pounds. Okay. So 45 and 50. See, pinch bolts. Specific torque on the pinch bolts. Usually that's a torque by feel. 9. That's number 9, engine. For installation procedure. Okay. Okay. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Rocking and rolling. Let's see. All right, so figured out torque specs. Hmm. Um, yeah. Fork specs are good. Right now, might as well. Probably do them by hand. Might change a little bit just because, you know, that's just kind of how it is when you put like a thread sealant. Usually, it's going to increase the torque just a little bit. So you don't want to necessarily torque its full value sometimes. Okay, let's see what happens. Enough talk, more engine put inside the frame. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, fuck. I think that's gonna go like that. Okay, we'll leave it on the back like that. Picture's not really descriptive enough. Usually they don't mount too much stuff behind the frame anyways. That makes serviceability kind of hard. So let's see, how do I do this? Actually, okay. Let's see. Ready? Motherfucker. fuck do you do that? Gotta like shimmy the engine over. Oh, there we go. Fuck yeah. Fit right in right now. Okay. So, yeah, there we go. Think I'm in. It's like self balancing right now. Ah, there we go. Fucking perfect. Shazam. Oh yeah. Bam. Whoops. Mhm. Hmm. Perfect alignment. Thank you. It's not a bad looking R1. You know, once it's running and all the Mickey Mouse stuff's fixed on it, typically it ends up being a nice bike. So we're gonna go ahead and torque it in place. Yeah, that's all nicely lined up. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Oh, so now, which one's which? Hmm. Hmm. Has to do with this bushing. It's going, it's working. I mean, there's enough thread in it. I don't know if probably should be. Can't see it. Oh, okay. That should be fine. That's good. Okay. So, no, it's not 14. I think it's also a 8 millimeter. Yeah. This one right here. It's not too bad, right? Well, actually, a little bit. Once it starts to come together, it doesn't look too bad. It's this one. Oh, looks like we got the engine perfectly aligned in the frame right now. So this is the best position to torque it. So there's no load on the bolts. Basically, the engine is positioned high enough right now. Okay. And then we're just going to basically kind of snug these ones just a little bit. And these are getting the lower torque, 45 newton meters. These are going to get 50 newton meters. So we'll actually torque the rear ones first, then the front ones last. Let's see. Need an adapter. Let's see. 50 newton meters. And we'll see if we hit full torque. We may or may not. Let's see. Where the heck did my extension just go? Will this work? I have no idea. All right, we're at 50. Good old Matco. In the green. go ahead and torque the bottom one. What we're about 35 newton meters. Let's see if I can do the old reach around. Oh, fuck. Okay. Got her locked in. Still set to 50. Let's see. Oh, wait. There we go. About 38. Don't want to break engine mounts. $43. Take that. That way we don't strip them out. Okay. $37. Hmm. 41. Yeah, good. Okay. Engine is not going nowhere. I think I still need that actually. Okay. Got to mark the fasteners. It's really the safety paint that holds everything together. Without the safety paint, it could come loose at some point. Okay. Now it should hold torque. Let me get the angle. Hardest part of installing an engine is marking the fasteners. Nice. Okay. Okay, that all worked out. It's a new front sprocket. I don't know if we should put the chain on or leave it off. We'll put the kickstand back in, obviously. Okay, so that's that. So I think we can get the headers on now. Let's see. Headers and exhaust. We got to put the exhaust on before the cooling system. So I'm thinking same thing. We'll glue these in place. Okay. Intake ports or exhaust ports, relatively clean enough. Just do a little whippity white. Okay. A little bit of anti-seize. Nice. Okay. No, doesn't want too much oil up in there. Looks like the drain plug's still in there. See if you no need to mess with it. Okay. Oh, that's one other thing I need to do. Before I forget. Let me off the gasket. Ooh. Should be good, I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and slap this exhaust on. Motherfucker. That gasket just does not want to stay in there. Come on. Okay. Oh shit, was this a fucking exhaust nut that they were using? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Oh yeah, that was in a aftermarket exhaust nut. All right. That's like a 13. Or is that the 14? Okay. Okay. Mm. Needs a new fucking starter motor. I'm wondering if I should just leave the throttle bodies out for the customer because he's gonna want to replace that. Or fuck it, we'll just connect it as is. That's the one that came in the bike. Let's see. fuck all this is. There we go. Relay. Where the fuck is the relay go? Maybe is or isn't the original relay. May or may not be the correct value. Okay. This is positive. Thanks. Do needs new starter cable leads. Okay. Spark plugs are hand tight. Let me see. Cooling system. thinking the parts on this engine are probably better than the original engine. So yeah. Pretty sure that was fairings for the other starter motor, radiator. 3 bolts. Let's see, we have the engine, the kickstand, the right foot peg. Let's go ahead and get this on. Let's see, we'll take this. Some coils, got some junk down there. Let's see. Kind of stripped out. I think that was for that. These bad boys are dirty right here. Okay, starting to wind down, getting a little tired. What's the time? About 10 till 1 a.m. So that's pretty much the majority of the hardware. Let's see if we can get this radiator put in. Let's see, we also had some throttle bodies. Okay. All right. Ooh. Hmm. Ah, maybe that's why I had a nut on it. This bike's a little Mickey Mouse. Okay. Let's see. And then the other interesting thing was how the throttle cables were kind of set up. This is the clutch cable here. Got an overflow. Let's go ahead and get those clamps on. Not going to put any grease. Let's put a little bit of oil. Okay. Okay. So cable's no good. Yeah. This doesn't really. Throttle cables are absolutely fucked. We'll kind of fight this just a little bit more. Yeah, I might just leave that like that. Any more time into this thing will essentially we're not covering it. Throttle bodies need to get popped back in. This is for the crankcase right here, or air box crankcase breather. Yeah, so on this one right here, we're not getting paid to run this thing. Mainly just charging to swap the engine, and then everything else is on the owner at this point. We already gave them a ballpark cost of what it would take to get this thing running. And so this is the route that we ended up going with. All right, cool. And I don't really want to put the airbox on because it's full of rocks and dirt. Probably why maybe something got messed up anyways. These carburetors look like they need to be rebuilt. With the bike crank over, not with that battery. Are we even going to try? It's not really worth it. Not on this one right here. We're going to leave it. Probably just put in the, let's see, the coils here. Let's see, we'll put in the coils at least. Tighten up the spark plugs. It's at least what we could do. Put the bearings back on and call this one. Call it good. No? No? Okay. Okay. Fuel pump, not gonna mess with that. Let's see, coils. Not sure how these go on. What the fuck do these coils go on? It's number 4. Number 3, 4, 2, 1. So in theory, definitely needs carburetors to be messed with. No, not that one. No, this one. Maybe in the meantime, what we'll go ahead and do. Already throw them away. Son of a bitch. Already threw them away. You can go ahead and stick some paper towels. Kind of like how we had it before. We won't be messing with this engine any more than this. All right, block it so nothing falls in there. All right, cool. I don't even want to put the airbox back on. This thing is fucking. Yeah, this thing needs a lot more work still. And yeah, I don't want it to become my issue. All the electrical gremlins that are probably going to pop up with this thing. So let's see. Everything's plugged in, nice and tight. Let's see. Throttle cables. I don't even know if I want to connect the throttle on it. It's so jacked up. Let's see. This is a Yamaha. Cables aren't even. These new throttle cables, things jacked. I don't even think these are I don't even know if these are the right ones, to be honest. Yeah, I guess they're okay. They're just super kinked. Okay. Getting down to the nitty gritty. I like to clean up tools as I go along. Okay. Yep. Okay. 2700, just threw 3 quarts in it, just a little bit above fill. Should be fine. Fire this thing up. They can set the oil level. I changed the oil filter too. All right. And that is pretty much it. Yamaha R1 engine swap complete. Let's see, plug in this. Okay. Creator. Okay. Yep, that's pretty much it. All right, cool. All right, I think that was pretty much all the parts that came on it, with the exception of a couple screws here. Gas tank bolt, looks like we only got about 10% left. Oh, maybe that's what that was for. Maybe that's not for that. Maybe that's just stripped out. That was probably actually for the gas tank. Well, well. Okay. So you probably should at least connect that right there. Even though I'm kind of tapped out, we are maxed out on this bike right here. This is the point where basically anything additional at this point was not within the scope of the job. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Hmm. Whoa. China. China fairings. Nope. So none of this fucking hardware fits. I have no idea. Well, fuck it. That's the thing. Now imagine that with the electrical on this bike. Yep. Okay, maybe not right there, I guess. I don't know. How about this one? This one work? Jesus Christ. Usually I just give the customer the fairings back. I don't usually fuck with Chinese fairings. Nope. Fuck, are we gonna be throwing zip ties on this bad boy? Just to. Might be throwing fucking zip ties around it here in a second. Yep, it's getting the zip ties. We ain't fucking with this anymore. It's a zip tie bike. Okay. Maybe that's where that one went. So now, I think this one. Just there was a tie on that. All right. Yeah, it's all the hardware. Okay. All right. Damn. Looks like I kind of want to do something really quick. Since I realized, I think the radiator mount's just stripped out is what it is. Oh no. Can't get my nut off anymore. Oh well. Looks like it's staying there. We'll just throw another zip tie on the gas tank mount. Probably needs a new gas tank mount anyways. All right. Okay. That's pretty much it. Fuel pump doesn't really